come into this ring for 30 minutes every day of the Calgary Stampede. And we've said, bring us a horse, any horse, whatever it does in its bit, it will do better in a Nurtural Bitless Bridle. So Darlene asked if she could bring Harley in here because she has a specific problem with this horse that is not uncommon. And that is that Harley tends to bob his head up a little bit when he's riding in a bit. Now he's snorting, which is usually a sign that the horse is relaxing a bit. How do you feel, Darlene? Are you ready to start with some walk stops? So she's coming along first at the walk. What you want to be watching in particular is the horse's mouth. And please halt. And he halts. You see he opens his mouth just a tad. Now would you bring him up to a trot, please? And when we're working at the trot and the canter, I'm not going to make it a surprise where I ask you to stop about the same place you stopped at the walk. Please ask for a halt at the trot. Doing not too bad right now. We'll see what happens when we pick up the pace a little. So again, when you ask it to stop, see how the head comes up a wee bit. And we're going to see if we can fix that or make it a little bit better. And if you're scoring, that's what you're looking for. Are you comfortable taking to the canter? Bringing his head down. He's not completely relaxed in this environment though. And he's bobbing his head just a wee bit. And when she asks him to stop, again, get a little bit of fighting of the bit. So the next challenge we want to put Harley through is if you would weave him in and out through the pylons as you go back and forth. With any bridle, you want to have both the subtle commands and the bigger commands. And when she's going through the pylons, she's giving more subtle commands to bend the horse, because with your bridle is it's one part of how you tell the horse what you want it to do. A lot of people think that all the control of the horse comes from the bit. And there's so much more to riding a horse than just using the bit and cranking up a bit if you need to get more control. And the next challenge is to back up. So, and this is interesting because it's sort of a sign of how the horse is stopped too. And as we ask him to back up, backs up, he tucks his head in, but look at what he's doing with his mouth. And then if you're scoring, compare that. Because there's two things that we believe this bitless bridle does for you and your horse. A, it improves your relationship. When the horse is happier, he's happier to work with you. And B, it improves your performance. Illustrate here a turn on the haunches. So he turns, but you can see there's a bit of head bobbing and a bit of fighting. Did you want to do, there we go again. Nice. But see what's happening with the mouth. Did you want to do a side pass or anything? Could be going in sideways. And there she goes. Beautiful. Wonderful. So now you see what Darlene and Harley can do when they're using a bit. This horse has never taken a step in this bitless bridle. And that's what a lot of people ask. How long does it take to convert my horse? And horses understand this bridle intuitively. It was actually our horses that designed it. And the way the bridle works is instead of putting a bit in the horse's mouth, it forms a cradle around the entire horse's head. All we've done so far is make sure that this bridle fits Harley, but he's not taken a step in it yet. Before Darlene gets on, Gerry's going to show Harley what he needs to know in order to go bitless. When you put this on your horse for the first time, before you get on, is you say, when I pull on this rein, I want you to come this way. When I pull on that rein, I want you to go that way. And when I pull on both reins, I want you to back up. Horse is trained. It is a bitless revolution going around the world. Bitless bridles are not new. What is new is this specific design. This is very, very different from a bozo or a hackamore. This gives you the entire horse's head. It looks like a regular bridle. Now you see what he's starting to do there? He's starting to lick his lips. That's a sign that a horse is relaxing. He's got his ears, he's still curious about the crowd, but he's starting to bring his ears forward. Okay, I'm going to ask you to turn him again, please, and come back up this way, and we'll ask you to stop again at the walk. And boy, she's got brakes, and no fuss with the mouth. So would you bring him up to the trot, and see if you can stop him there about the same place, and when she asks him here to halt, he halts nice and promptly and squarely. And that was so much fun. Let's take him up and canter. And halt. And boy, he's got brakes and he's not fussing with his mouth. Good boy. Now would you bring him around through the pylons at whatever pace you'd used when you were riding him in the bit. Is the horse bending and turning when she wants? Some of this command comes from the way he holds his head, the way she holds him with the bridle. Some of this comes with the way she uses her legs. The first time that either Darlene or Harley have gone bitless. Stop him there and see what he thinks about backing up without a bit in his mouth. Wow. The bridle, the nose band of the bridle is textured, and the horses respect the feel of the textured nose band, and that's why they don't push into it, and why they stop so nicely and back up like that. That was nice. Tighten that one a little bit. And will he side pass? So what do you think, folks? How about a big hand for Darlene and Harley? Wasn't that an amazing demonstration? And I really thank them.
It works really well, and he's not fighting, and he stops, and he's doing everything. It's great.
Thank you very much. There's no higher praise than that.